Hello everybody and welcome to Vividly Dark Podcast, where we talk about creepy geeky things. Listen.
That's good.
You could hear me go.
People love ASMR.
I hate it. I see people's videos where they're doing it and they go, hang on, I'm just going to... And I'm like, turn it off. I don't want to hear that back, by the way. That will make me bomb.
Oh dear. Well, you shouldn't have done it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vividly Dark, a podcast where we talk about all things creepy and geeky and all the things in between. Today with me, I don't know either, but today with me, as always, is my wonderful and beautiful co-host, the Zaz. And I am Patrick.
Are you?
I am.
Oh.
And today, we are going to talk about something different. Well, kinda. Not really. Maybe not different, but rather something we've once tried talking about before, but then I decided to change everything.
Yeah.
So rather than...
But I really enjoyed it when we talked about it before, so I'm going to enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy it again now.
Yeah. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest disasters of its kind, of its time. Something like that. Today, we are going to be talking about a little place in what is modern-day Ukraine. But before we begin, we must give a disclaimer, as always. We're going to be talking about one of the world's biggest disasters of its kind.
Biggest boo-boo.
The biggest boo-boo. And it is a boo-boo to the world. Because it left a big scar.
Not just there. It would have affected everything, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The old ozone layer would have been a bit screwed from it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably would.
That probably was. I don't know.
Anyway, back to it.
So before we begin, we must add our little disclaimer at the beginning. Today, we will be discussing one of, if not the world's worst man-made disasters. The following story is not only true, but completely devastating in the sense that the whole ordeal could have been completely prevented.
Yeah.
Due to lack of training, carelessness, and the need for governments to prove a point, hundreds of thousands would be affected, and many would lose their lives due to poor communication. So, before we continue...
Which is, to be honest, the downfall of every organisation, isn't it? Communication.
Looking at you, government.
Stop with the government.
So, before we continue...
It's not all about them. Stop giving them so much limelight.
Fuck them. So, before we continue, beware that this episode does in fact involve some aspects of death. The year was 1970. The world was still in the midst of not only the Vietnam War, but also the Cold War. The space race between the United States and the Soviet Union had just come to fruition, and the U.S. had landed a man on the moon. Speaking of...
Kind of relevant right now.
Very. Big things happening. You go, Artemis 2 crew. I believe you, and I also believe that it's not a conspiracy. It's completely true. It's happening.
I'm incredibly skeptical.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because I am. I've got right into conspiracy shit lately, babe. So I'm doubting everything. I doubt you even exist.
I could be an alien.
You could be.
I could be. Well, anyway, back to this story. The U.S. and the Soviets found themselves yet again at the starting line of another race. This time, the finish line had a major reward: the ability to hold power. Not so much power over the world, but the ability to give the world a newer, cleaner, more efficient energy. Well, form of energy.
That's what they hoped for, hey?
Yeah. That power, well, it's still used to this day. Very much so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That power was and still is nuclear energy. And being that I'm talking about America and the Ukraine, I imagine that you already all know where this is going. But for those of you who don't, not to brag, but once again, America was in the lead with this race. USA! USA. Okay. But, per the norm, this came with some issues. And on March 28th, 1979, at 4 a.m., in Londonderry, in Londonderry Township, which isn't far from Middleton, Pennsylvania, the nuclear generation center known as 3 Mile Island would have a severe meltdown, which released radioactive gases and radioactive iodine into the atmosphere and environment. The plant, that housed 2 reactors, would permanently shut down its reactor number 2 after the leak occurred. Simultaneously, reactor number 1 would remain running until July that same year, running at idle until October 1985. In 2019, the nuclear reactors were shut down for good. This would allow the Soviets to swoop in and take a run at the nuclear energy game so they could show the world they were more capable than the Americans. Spoiler alert, they weren't. Construction of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant began in 1972, with the first reactor being commissioned in 1977, and its final reactor, Unit 4, being commissioned in 1983. It would be a complete fabrication to say that the Chernobyl plant ran smoothly up until the disaster of 1986. Chernobyl would have no end of issues. However, the Soviets would cover up each and every single incident due to them wanting to prove they were the best.
Fucking awful, isn't
it?
So there was warning signs
everywhere. Literally. These cover-ups would undoubtedly cause more harm than good. Due to lack of communication and training on top of poor leadership and supervision, Chernobyl was doomed from the get-go. On April 25th, 1986, a routine shutdown of the number 4 reactor was scheduled to take place so the team could perform a safety test.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of this test is to determine whether or not turbine momentum could power cooling pumps in the event of a power outage. At 1 a.m., operators would begin preparing for the test, and the power was gradually idled down. But, due to regional power demands, the team would be forced to run the reactor at low power in order to help another that was having issues of their own. This would also delay the test for the rest of the day.
Right.
So there was another power plant that was a few miles away. They weren't nuclear.
But they were under testing as well.
They were actually, their reactor, had actually blew up.
Oh, shit.
And because there was like an excess of power needed. So it wasn't like a huge explosion. They were able to fix it the following day, and they continued. At 11 p.m. that same day, preparation for the test would begin once more, under control of the night shift operators who were undertrained for this task.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, on April 26th, at nearly midnight, the number 4 reactor power suddenly and without warning drops to dangerously low levels. The reactor becomes very unstable. To compensate, operators would draw most of the control rods, which was very much against safety protocol.
Mm.
The reactor is now seconds away from a complete meltdown.
Oh my goodness.
Now 1:20.
So is that what happened? It happened on a night shift where they weren't trained?
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Because the day shift was active. So originally the plan was the night shift would start the prep for it. Day shift would run the test because there was more experienced people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then nights would come back in that following day and then start back up as normal.
Shouldn't the people from the day have hung back then and done it with them at night, or the people just test it the next day?
No, because they were kind of pressured by the higher ups to really get this done.
Well, I get
because
that, but
they were actually,
look at what happened.
They were actually months behind on the schedule for it.
Then what's another day?
Exactly. But because there was so much pressure to be like, it needs to be done now, they were like, all right.
Imbeciles.
Very much so. At 1:23 in the morning, the safety test would officially begin. Steam pressure within the reactor begins to surge. Almost 40 seconds later, operators would activate one of the emergency shutdown switches. This should have stopped the reactor instantly.
Should have.
But due to a design flaw, it has the complete opposite effect, and the power spikes massively.
I can't cope.
4 seconds after that, 2 explosions ripped through the number 4 reactor. The 2,000-ton lid to the reactor would be blown almost 200 feet into the air.
Oh my god!
Graphite blocks would ignite, the building would rip open, and the ground would shake like an earthquake, and radioactive material would pour at least a mile high into the sky.
That's insane. So it's like a volcano.
Yeah, and funny, I don't think I wrote it in here, but
See, I always imagined it was like a gas in the air that you maybe couldn't see.
no, because it's actual material. But everything that's coming out afterwards, like in the smoke and everything, that's all still radioactive.
Yeah.
Very radioactive.
Bloody hell.
But there was... what was I going to say? So, it felt like an earthquake to the operators running the test, because the reactor is obviously underground, and they're not in the same location. They're actually at a different location. They're still within Chernobyl, but as it happens, like, they feel it shake, and they're like, oh, it's an earthquake. So, but they're trying to stop it. It's already exploded. So everything they're doing is completely useless. But they don't know that yet.
God, that's awful, isn't it?
Yeah. What? Who?
They didn't even react to it.
Oh, they did. Alright, here it goes. Actually, it's the very next part. But the operators were very much in the dark about this, and were still working to try and control the pressure drops. They had actually believed that a small earthquake had just happened, which was not due to anything they were doing. So they just didn't know. And their higher up engineers were like, shut it down, get it low, and they're like, we're trying, but it's not working. Within minutes of the blast, firefighters, or liquidators as they were called, arrived on scene.
Liquidators.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know, that's a cool name for a firefighter. But due to lack of communication, the firemen were completely unaware of the dangers that lurked in the blazing inferno and smoke. And, in fact, they believe they are there to fight an electrical fire.
Oh.
Due to this, the firemen would enter the reactor in order to fight the blaze unprepared and severely underdressed by not wearing the proper protective equipment.
Oh, no.
Within minutes of fighting the blaze, many firemen would begin to feel the effects of ARS, acute radiation sickness. Their skin would begin to blister and burn. It would become difficult for them to breathe, and some would begin to feel dizzy and even pass out. Because of this carelessness, 30 firefighters would die within 3 months from ARS, far from a peaceful death.
That's awful.
It was...
Could they not have told them then when they called the fire brigade?
No,
The
because they weren't...
liquidators.
All they saw was smoke and fire coming from the reactor. Because they were on site.
Yeah.
So they felt it, saw it, reacted to it.
Yeah.
But because they were still trying to put it, like, control it, there was just no communication to them.
That's so bad, isn't it?
One such fireman, Vasily Ignantenko's wife, would describe his death as him deteriorating from the radiation in ways that doctors had never seen before. Back at the disaster zone, the firefighters struggled to maintain control over multiple fires. Radiation levels continued to rise, threatening the city of Pripyat and all 50,000 people living there. But regardless of the dangers, officials still refused to issue a warning or an evacuation.
You are joking. So they didn't even try and make anyone...
No. And it's bad because
get out.
People are literally... Because it
all
shook.
Those people.
Yeah, and it's bad because everything got shooken during the blast. They all woke up. And were like, oh, what's going on? And started coming outside.
Oh, no.
The following day, Pripyat would still continue to operate as normal. Schools continued. Even a wedding took place. And people even fished in the rivers that ran from Chernobyl. All the while, a cloud of radioactive fallout begins drifting across the city.
This is why there's so much health and safety shit in place in places now.
Yeah.
Not just this, obviously, from a lot of things, but...
I don't know how
much...
My
God.
No offense against any Russians out there. I just don't know if this is a lot of health and safety stuff out there, because...
Well, I imagine there is
during the... I mean, have you ever watched YouTube videos? But during the whole invasion thing, Chernobyl's smack in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
And Russia was flying drones over it, and then they even crashed one into the dome that covers it.
What? Recently?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if they did it intentionally, but it was a story.
Oh dear.
36 hours after the blast, authorities would finally begin to evacuate Pripyat, misleading the residents into believing that they would only be gone for a few days. Very, very few would return to the city, not because they wanted to either, but because they had no place to go. Some would be told to leave the places they had evacuated to, labeled as quite literally toxic.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Would have no other option but to return back to the exclusion
you are
zone.
joking.
No, there are people that still live there to this day because they
I
couldn't
know
live
that, but
anywhere
I
else.
thought it was through their choice. I didn't think that it's
No.
because they're no. Why were the government not arranging other places for them to go?
I mean, the government has already at this point done fuck all.
Yeah, but all those people, surely they need to be involved.
One would think. I don't know.
That's horrendous.
They just didn't care.
Or was there not like some sort of charity made up to help the people?
No. They were just told you need
There
to
was
leave.
50,000 people living there.
Yeah.
That's
and
insane.
all had to leave. At
Those
the same time.
poor people. They did nothing to deserve that, and then they don't get any help.
The government,
And they get sent away
because
because they're toxic.
There was bigger cities that just kind of opened their doors to them, essentially. And the government helped give them buses to get travel there. But a lot of them could drive on their own. Yeah, but even then, when people from these other cities or villages or everything around Chernobyl would be like, where are you from? Chernobyl? No, go back.
Oh, arseholes.
Mm.
Absolute arseholes.
Very much so, baby. Besides these select few, Pripyat was in fact a ghost town. Thousands had lost their homes and were told that they could never return. To this day, Pripyat remains a city completely frozen in time, with houses still holding pictures of family on the walls and schools still with open books on the desks of the children.
Sad, isn't it?
There are some creepy tales of the city of Pripyat as well as Chernobyl itself. But before we get into these myths and legends that could hold validity, we must first discuss some very true, some very documented, and some very creepy stories of things that happened beyond the explosion and the firefighters. Number 1. Are you ready to get into this?
Yes.
Yeah. This is what we came here for, folks. I know you thought you was getting a history lesson today, but it ain't true. Just had to remind you. 1. The Chernobyl divers and the mission beneath Reactor 4. In the days following the disaster, engineers would realize something terrifying. Beneath the destroyed reactor was a large pool of water, and above that sat the molten nuclear fuel still melting through the building. Scientists feared that if the fuel were to burn through the floor and fall into the pool beneath, that a much larger explosion than the one before would take place.
Oh, bloody hell.
Thus destroying the remaining reactors, contaminating much of Europe, and would also make much of the Ukraine completely uninhabitable.
Well, yeah, the first explosion went a mile high.
Yeah, this one would have been much bigger.
Imagine seeing that.
I know. Massive fucking explosion.
So you said it's actually material.
Yeah, it's graphite.
So what is that?
Well, graphite is a metal, but
I thought graphite was a rock.
it is, but it's metal as well. It's magnetic.
So there was like what, rocks went flying around?
Yeah, but those rocks help soak up some radiation, I believe. So you have the rock.
But I mean, when
graphite's
the
in control
explosion
rods.
went off, what came out is what I'm asking.
Everything.
Was it rocks?
Rocks, debris, metal, everything you can imagine. concrete, smoke,
Fucking hell.
fire.
Did that kill people then? The actual impact of the stuff that came out?
The original explosion killed 2 engineers. And that's it.
Wow.
And it killed them instantly.
But you'd think all this stuff flying out would as well.
Yeah, but because it wasn't day shift, there wasn't as many people around.
Well, yeah. Bloody hell.
So
maybe it's a good thing that it was
in a way,
at
they
night.
got lucky with that one. So draining the water would be the only solution to prevent further disaster. The valves controlling the system were located inside a flooded basement directly under the reactor, which was now filled with radioactive debris, pitch darkness, and contaminated water. And the only way to turn off the valves was by hand. So someone had to go inside.
Oh, Bagsy, not me. That's what I'd be doing.
Bagsy, not me.
Bagsy, not me.
I've just learned recently what that means.
Oh, yeah, haven't you?
For you Americans there, it means essentially, not it.
Yeah, not it.
You Brits.
We do say some weird
shit.
things.
Yeah. 3 men would step forward. Alexei Ananenko, Valery Bezbalov, and Boris Baranov, who all knew the layout of the underground tunnels. The men were given diving suits and flashlights, which were likely older than the men themselves. The radiation levels were terrifyingly high, and most people believe that this mission was a one-way one.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. The men would descend into the basement and swim through pitch-black radioactive water. Their only source of light were their small flashlights that barely lit up anything, especially in water.
I'd refuse.
Mm.
I mean, they put themselves forward, didn't they?
Yeah.
Some brave men.
Very. They moved slowly through submerged corridors until finally reaching the valves. One of the men would then dive beneath the water to reach the mechanism. For a moment, nothing happened. But when the valves returned, the water began to drain. For years, many believed that the divers died shortly after their mission from ARS. But actually, the truth is the men survived for decades after. One of whom would live well into the 2000s. It is due to these men's bravery that a larger catastrophe was prevented. The divers would later...
Good on them.
I know. Very brave men. I wouldn't have done it.
I would have sent the bosses who let the fucking place still run after all the...
No, you motherfuckers go.
Yeah, after all the issues that they had before the explosion. I would have been like, your mess, you clean it up.
The divers would later recount many eerie things as they made their journey. And it was said that as they moved through the tunnels, they would hear strange metallic knocking sounds, distant rumbling, and unexplained echoes in the flooded corridors. Although it was probably the burning reactor above them.
Yes, probably.
Number 2. The Bridge of Death. Just outside the city of Pripyat sits a railway overpass, and on the night of the explosion, residents reportedly gathered to watch the strange glow in the sky.
Watch it from indoors.
No shit. Even just, if I were to see that and I knew where it was coming from, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gone.
I'm a goner.
No, I'm leaving. Get your shit,
yeah, but
kids.
you're also probably a goner.
Yeah. Many witnesses.
Oh, I'd be freaking out. I'd be running around screaming. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I know you would.
I'd be like, everybody put on a mask.
We're gonna die.
Don't open the fucking windows. That's actually what I'd be like.
Yeah.
Nobody open the fucking windows. Because you know Riley would be straight at the window like, oh, what's that?
I need some fresh air. It's so hot in here.
That's all we'd hear for days as well if I made him stay inside.
It's blooming hot.
Need to open the window. Need some fresh air. Not that he ever wants fresh air normally.
It's blooming hot in here.
Yeah. Or my stress levels.
Love that kid.
They'd be terrible.
Bella would be thriving. She'd be like, I don't have to go outside. I don't have to go to school. I don't have to see nobody. Yeah.
No, because she likes school. Because she gets to see people.
Oh, well, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Many witnesses described the scene as surreal. They reported blue and purple lights rising above the reactor, sparks burning debris drifting upward, and a strange metallic taste in the air. People stood on the bridge watching the burning reactor like a distant fireworks display.
Dummies.
But the glow they were seeing was ionized radiation, silently pouring into the atmosphere. It was later stated that everyone who stood on that bridge that night later died from radiation exposure.
Oh my gosh.
And historians debate whether this story is exaggerated, but to this day, guides in the exclusion zone still point to it when passing through the ghost city.
That's sad.
But, I mean, what do you... if they were sitting there going, tastes like metal in the air, they're literally breathing in radiation.
Yeah.
Eating it. Number 3. The Red Forest. West of the reactor lies one of the most radioactive places on Earth. The Red Forest. Still the world's most radioactive forest.
Damn.
When the reactor exploded, a massive cloud of radioactive particles swept over the nearby forest. Within hours, the pine trees turned a rusty red color and died. Later after the disaster, bulldozers would bury much of the forest under contaminated soil. Oddly enough, over time, new vegetation began to grow in the area, and strange stories soon followed. Investigators have reported animals behaving unusually calm around humans, birds flying in erratic patterns, and sudden silence in the forest with no animal sound. Many have described an eerie feeling when walking through the forest. Scientifically, radiation can affect wildlife and ecosystems, but many visitors say the Red Forest feels very wrong.
Ooh.
An interesting
That's
fact
weird.
about this one. Yeah. I remember reading about it. So the wolf, I'm sure I've read it down here actually somewhere. The wolf population they don't act like normal packs.
Right.
Not in the sense, because a lot of people were like, the wolves are so violent that they don't actually attack anyone. They leave everyone alone. But they'll travel fucking miles, which they don't normally do.
Right.
And not as a pack, but alone.
Oh, that is strange, isn't it?
And then there was something
Do they have, like, extra heads and stuff? Huh.
I'm sure I can get into it in a bit.
Did anyone turn into Spider-Man?
No, but there was a different kind of man there. We'll get into it in a bit. Number 5. The Liquidators and the Bio-Robots.
The Liquidators were the firemen,
Yes.
weren't they?
After the explosion, radioactive graphite fragments covered the roof of the destroyed reactor. Radiation levels were so intense that robots sent to clear the debris failed instantly when their electronics were fried due to the high levels. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't know that it could do that.
Yeah. So, rather than continue with robots, the Soviet government turned to human workers.
If a robot is failing, why send in a human?
Because humans know when they're sick.
Yes, but why put humans at risk is what I'm saying.
Because it's Mother Russia. I don't know.
It's not a good enough answer, I'm afraid.
The firefighters, along with I think their main thing was they didn't have anyone else to do it. They couldn't keep sending in robots that were just going to continuously keep failing. So who else do you send? Humans. The firefighters, along with soldiers, miners, and engineers, were then sent to contain the disaster. For 90 seconds at a time, workers would run under the roof, shovel radioactive debris, throw it back into the reactor hull, and then run back off the roof before receiving a lethal dose of radiation.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That was their safety protocol. Just run up there really quick, do it, and come back down.
Run up there and it'd be like, you never did it.
Yeah, and they would take turns. So one would go up, come back down. Another one go up, come back down.
They hold their breath while they run as well.
No, they were wearing suits. Many would later suffer severe radiation illness.
No shit.
Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. Because they were replacing failed machines, they were given the grim nickname, the Bio-Robots. Many would suffer severe radiation illness.
No shit.
Yeah. But it is also due to these workers that further contamination spread. Today, a monument near the site honors their sacrifices.
Well, that's the least they can do, huh?
Yeah. Sorry we killed you. Here's a statue. Number 6. The elephant's foot. This is, or was at the time, the most dangerous object on the planet.
What, an elephant?
Elephant's foot. In the aftermath, the core of Reactor 4 did not simply disappear. Instead, the nuclear fuel melted. This molten mixture burned through the reactor vessel and the floor like lava through rock. Scientists later discovered that the melted material had formed a new substance known as corium. Corium is a horrific cocktail of melted nuclear fuel, sand, concrete, zirconium, and metal from the reactor. As it cooled, the material hardened into strange shapes throughout the basement, one of which became notorious because it was shaped as a huge, wrinkly foot and was dubbed the elephant foot.
Oh, so not actually anything to do with elephants?
No, it just looks like a big foot. When scientists first discovered it in 1986, the elephant's foot was unbelievably radioactive. Just standing near it was almost certain death.
God, it's insane.
Mm-hmm. At the time, it emitted around 10,000 roentgens per hour. Roentgens. Yep. These levels of radiation could cause severe radiation sickness within minutes, unconsciousness within hours, and death within days. Now.
It's crazy that it's something that we still use as well.
What? What do you mean? We still use it?
What they had in there? What exploded?
Oh, yeah. Well, contrary to what it seems like, it is actually very stable and very environmentally friendly.
Alright.
Because even when you see the stacks, because there's nuclear reactors not far from here. When you see the stacks and everyone sees the smoke coming out, it's not smoke at all, it's steam.
Yeah.
So, it's just because it's the core is so hot and the water around it is literally just burning off. So, there's nothing actually too bad against it. The only thing with this was that as soon as it started to fail, rather than go, alright, stop it, let's close it, and whatever, they continued. Alright.
Is that what a power plant is?
That's... A power plant isn't always necessarily nuclear. If it is literally called a nuclear power plant. So, I have power plants where I'm from, and none of them are nuclear.
I'm just thinking, I knew a gentleman, elderly, who used to work in one.
Oh. A power plant.
And he's, probably not nuclear though. That's why I was asking.
No, but even power plants are extremely fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Well, he's very intense when he thinks it's time to go to work.
Yeah. Intense? Oh.
Like, strict and like, we need to know what the hell's going on.
Well, yeah. There was a video of, it was a power plant in America, and one of the control rooms outside literally blew up. And when it blew up, there was just electricity going everywhere. It's like, holy shit. In a
Is it like a lightning thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was crazy as fuck. I'll see if I can find it and show you.
That's pretty cool, but...
It was cool,
scary.
but also scary as shit at the same time. Right. Now, on to the creepy shiz. Number 1. The shadow in the kindergarten. What?
Where?
In Pripyat.
Oh.
In Chernobyl. Durr. We're not going anywhere else.
I know, but, like... Okay, carry on. What shadow?
One of the most visited locations in Pripyat is an abandoned kindergarten. Gas masks still lie scattered across the floor, left behind during the evacuation after the disaster.
Mad that people want to go here, by the way.
I do.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Insane.
It's not as bad now.
Not as bad.
It's still very radioactive, but it's not as bad now.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go in for, I think, because if you do like a tour or something, you can go in for like 2 hours max.
Yeah, people literally profit off of anything, don't they?
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way. Several urban explorers have reported seeing a dark figure moving through the hallway when no one else was present. Witnesses claim to see a tall shadow crossing the doorways, movement being caught in peripheral vision, and footsteps echoing when the building is empty.
But did anyone actually die there?
No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there can't be a connection to that place.
True.
Many dismiss it as shifting light or wildlife, but some investigators claim the sightings repeat in the same corridor. So that...
What's that called when something keeps repeating?
Is a residual haunting. I was literally about to say that. Number 2, the disappearing footsteps. Teams exploring apartment towers sometimes report a strange phenomenon. They hear footsteps above them, but when they climb the stairs, no one is there. In several stories, investigators report hearing footsteps walking across upper floors, stopping when they approach, and then resuming after they leave.
Ooh, creepy.
Certain small animals could explain some of these noises, but the sound of human pacing is something much harder to explain. Number 3, the Ferris wheel whispers. The abandoned amusement park of Pripyat was scheduled to open May 1st, 1986, but it never did. The Ferris wheel has become one of the most haunting symbols of the disaster. Even more haunting, nighttime investigators claim they have heard strange sounds from within, which could include distant laughter, metallic creaking when the wind is calm, and faint voices carrying across the park.
Nah. It never even opened.
No.
Which so there's nothing there.
Doesn't mean nothing can be
connected to it. It'd be the wind going through the wheel.
Metallic creaking when the wind is calm.
It's a friggin' wheel.
It's not moving. And also it'd be rusted.
How do you know it's not moving? They swing about a bit.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's rusted.
Everything else there had no health and safety. So why do you think a massive fucking wheel would?
Because the rust would literally stop it from moving.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Maybe it's well oiled.
Anyway.
Maybe someone likes to keep oiling it.
Maybe. You never know. Although wind and rusting metal likely explain the noises, many say standing beneath the Ferris wheel at dusk, the atmosphere is unnervingly heavy.
It probably is, though, because it's like an abandoned place, isn't it? It's gonna be.
Creepy as fuck.
And also, abandoned, like, fun fairs and stuff is even creepier because it's somewhere that visually you'd expect there to be loads of people at.
Yeah.
And all, like, alive.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
And because it's, like, there's, like, trees and everything growing through it all. Like, it just adds to that effect.
Yeah.
Number 4. The figures in the Red Forest. Inside the Red Forest, explorers sometimes report seeing figures between the trees. These figures are described as either tall silhouettes standing motionless, shapes that vanish when approached, as well as movement in fog that resembles human forms. Wolves and elk often roam the area, which could describe the eerie human figures in the fog, but can't debunk everything.
Why? What else is there?
That's it.
Oh.
They can't debunk everything. Like, if you're in the forest and you see a human figure and it's broad daylight, it's obviously not an elk or a wolf.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Because you'd be able to tell. Number 5. Mutant creatures of the exclusion zone. Stories of mutated animals exploded, pun intended, after the disaster. Rumors include 2-headed deer, glowing wolves, giant rats, and strange aquatic creatures in cooling
I
ponds.
want a glowing wolf.
What?
It's cool, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A radioactive wolf? You want a radioactive
No,
wolf?
I just want one that glows. It'd be pretty.
Like you just crack it open like a glow stick?
Just switch it on.
How would you switch it on?
I don't know. Maybe it has a coat.
Boop.
Yeah. Give a little boop on the snoot.
Yep. Scientific studies have shown genetic damage and deformities in some wildlife, but most of the extreme stories appear exaggerated. Ironically, the exclusion zone has become one of Europe's largest wildlife refuges. In fact, herds of wild horses have grown.
The wild horses. Sorry.
Have grown in numbers regardless.
Over her.
What the fuck? Have grown.
Sorry, I've got the giggle.
God. Have grown in numbers regardless of the contamination.
Regardless of what?
The contamination. And due to them eating the exposed vegetation, they do have contaminated blood. As I was saying earlier, wolves have also been known to act beyond their normal behaviors, not violently, but rather extreme in their own instincts. I.e., rather than being a pack and going for miles, they do it alone.
Weird.
Oh, and what was it? There was another one that they do tend to be overly aggressive when eating their prey. So scientists
Maybe they're just really hungry.
Oh, yeah. But scientists put, dead animals on, out for them. And they just watch the wolves come. And even though the wolf knows that it's dead, it would still, brutally attack it.
Maybe it's just ravenous wolf.
Maybe. Brightly colored birds have been discovered to be more radioactive than dark colored birds due to the pigments in their feathers, absorbing the radiation in the air. And fish in the cooling ponds have grown exceptionally large. Mostly the catfish. Scientists have caught them and tested them, and though they do show signs of radiation in their blood, their sizes are not due to this. Rather, their sizes are due to the lack of fishing. Basically,
because we're not stealing them all before they're fully grown.
Yep. Basically, due to the lack of human existence in the area, animals, although slightly off of their normal routines, have flourished, even with the grounds being highly radioactive.
That's terrible. That just goes to show how shit humans are.
Yep, we are all
We just ruin things, don't we?
We do.
It's just the fact that we need to take everything, don't we? We just
don't even get me started on
think that we're owed everything.
This country in particular. Yep, moving on. Number 6, UFOs over the reactor.
Nothing.
Another persistent story involves a glowing object above the reactor during the meltdown. Witnesses have reported a large glowing sphere hovering silently over the plant before, during, and after the explosion. Beams of light shining toward the reactor, and the object leaving suddenly and rapidly. One wildly circulating claim says radiation levels dropped briefly during the sighting. Some ufologists speculate extraterrestrials might have tried to reduce the scale of the disaster. There is no scientific proof of this, but the story has circulated in many Soviet-era paranormal reports. It's also well known amongst ufologists that nuclear sites are a hotbed for UFO activity, either due to curiosity or for their own benefit.
They're probably just having a look and going, dummies. What a bunch of dummies.
Oh, now we gotta save these stupid assholes again, Craig. God! Fucking humans.
Do you think... I definitely think if there was aliens, they would definitely be interested in what the fuck we just did.
What? What do you mean?
If there was a massive explosion on Earth, they would definitely be interested in what we just did.
Oh, yeah.
And wanting to come and see what was going on.
Yeah. I think that we're like a test subject for them, and they were like what I just said. These fucking idiots. They have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, probably.
We gotta save their stupid asses again.
Yeah, probably.
You said something about a human turning into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Did we get Spider-Man out of it at least?
You didn't. The Black Bird of Chernobyl. One of the most chilling legends connected to the disaster is the Black Bird of Chernobyl. Workers at the site reportedly experienced strange phenomena in the weeks before the explosion. These included nightmares of a winged creature threatening phone calls with either no voice or a voice claiming that the individual on the receiving end of the phone should not report to work the following day, which was the day of the explosion.
No!
Yep.
So someone told him?
Something. And lastly, there are sightings of a large black humanoid bird with glowing red eyes. Several plant workers claim to have seen it flying near Reactor 4. The following day was April 26th, 1986.
So something was trying to give us a signal beforehand?
Something was doing something. Don't know.
They could sense the danger coming.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it makes sense, because animals and stuff like that normally do.
Yeah.
Afterwards, firefighters reportedly claimed they saw a dark winged figure gliding through the smoke above the burning reactor. The legend mirrors sightings of the Mothman before the Silver Bridge collapse, which we'll get into another time. That was a big thing. One of a harbinger of disaster, a radiation mutated animal misidentified in chaos, psychological stress creating shared hallucinations, or something even stranger. Regardless of the tales, the legends, and the myths, Chernobyl has left a very memorable scar upon the earth, both physically and historically.
Hasn't it just?
Dun, dun, dun. Yep, and that's it. That is all I have.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because I really wanted to do Chernobyl in the sense of all the stuff surrounding it, but I always thought there was so much more. There's not a lot. But what does surround it is quite interesting.
It is. It's cool that there's different little bits and like theories and stuff around it as well.
Yeah. And I love
I'm glad that the animals there are doing well without us.
Yeah. There's wild horses there, and they keep breeding. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of inbreeding, but they seem to be doing fine.
Animals inbreed all the time.
Oh, yeah. But that also causes more deformities.
Yeah, but as long as they're happy, who cares?
Yeah, they are very happy. The wolves are happy. The birds, though slightly drunk, are very happy. They do.
I want to know more about this black thing that was flying around it.
The Mothman.
Yeah.
The Blackbird of Chernobyl. Yeah. We can get into the Mothman another time. That is a cryptid that... Oof.
Is that something like a symbolism that comes up in other places as well then?
Oh, yeah. The Mothman is... Wherever disaster has been, the Mothman has been there.
So the Mothman might be aliens.
Potentially, that is a theory.
Can we look into that, please?
Yeah.
We, me, and you.
I will.
I like it.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoyed this. Probably going to be a fairly short episode, but that's okay. It happens. There wasn't a whole lot more to it.
I mean, everybody knows about Chernobyl, don't they?
I mean, and then if you don't know about Chernobyl, then you've heard of at least Fukushima or 3 Mile Island, both of which were reactor meltdowns, but just nowhere near the effect of the Chernobyl explosion.
Yeah.
Fukushima, although did have sightings of the Mothman and UFOs prior and after.
No way.
And that Fukushima...
Oh, I need to know more about it now.
Fukushima didn't... It wasn't human error. That was all nature. It was a massive tidal wave. A tsunami. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That ended up damaging a lot, and it just ended up leaking out. And then 3 Mile Island, there was also sightings of UFOs. I'm not so sure of the Mothman, but definitely UFOs, and that one was also just malfunction of equipment.
I wonder why they're so interested then when these things happen.
Some believe that for UFOs, that it's because they know what's going to happen, so they're there to essentially absorb some of the radiation because they need it.
What, aliens need radiation? Oh, that's creepy.
I mean, there's Oh, shit.
Why
there's
do
so
they
many
need
reasons.
it? To run things back home, or because they physically, their persons need
I
it?
think their aircraft need it.
Oh.
But also, then there's also the theory that they are slightly just interested in the fact that we have nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
And nuclear anything. Because maybe they don't. Or maybe they did, and I don't know. But, like, the
Maybe they're worried that one day we'll eventually, in many, many years, figure out where they are and use our nuclear stuff. Maybe it would reach them.
Yeah, they could just be keeping an eye on us as well. That's what it was. The drones that were over Lakenheath and stuff like that. That is why they were there. Not so much because they were interested in the bases and the planes, but because there's supposedly nuclear assets there. Which
Yeah.
there's not.
So that's why everyone thinks they were there.
Mm.
But then, I'm sorry, but wouldn't aliens know that it wasn't there?
But they could have been trying to find out. They don't, just because they're aliens doesn't mean they know anything about us. Hence why they would abduct people, so they can study us.
I suppose so. I just figure that they know everything. They're probably way older than us.
Likely, but they've probably also, some races probably just came across us or discovered us, and they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
we need to check these motherfuckers out. Pull up. So if you are an alien and you're looking for a free person to run tests on, not probe, I'm your man. Put a chip in me. I'll do whatever you want.
Probe him. That's what he wants.
Nope. Don't stick anything up my butt.
I don't think you get a choice. If you get abducted, they're going to do what they want to you.
They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna stick this up his butt. That's disgusting. Put him back on Earth.
It's disgusting that they would want to.
There's so much shit in there. What is?
I mean, wouldn't there be in anyone's butt? We got so way off topic.
Yeah, I know. Oh well.
You might need to take some of that out.
Yeah.
That was gross.
No, we leave it. That's what makes us us, you know?
That's what makes you you. Speak for
Yeah.
yourself.
So, speaking of aliens as well, I am in the midst of writing a couple more things, and one of them will be about aliens, finally. I'm very excited about it because I love talking about aliens.
You do.
You are going to like the next thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we got?
Has to do with that voodoo that you do so well.
Oh. I don't do voodoo.
But you know about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Either it be short or long, I don't know yet. But anyways, we hope you enjoyed it, and think that's going to be it for us today, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have anything else you want to add?
I do not.
Alright, well, if you have any stories of your own, whether they be creepy, kooky, or spooky, go ahead and write them into us at Gmail. That is vividlydarkpod@gmail.com. Again, VIVDLEYDARK.
You spelled it wrong.
I can't do it.
Vividly dark.
pod@gmail.com.
Just leave it as that.
Yeah.
People can spell, babe.
Okay.
Better than you, apparently.
Apparently so. That's bad.
Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm not done.
Sorry.
And go ahead and follow us on our socials at vividlydarkpod on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you join us on TikTok as well, you can always watch Zoe crochet live.
Yeah, and maybe just us live sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of times
But a lot of the time it's just me crocheting.
She's getting into it. It's weird. At some point,
I am so excited, yeah, because I've had the best idea. I want to start making little mini, like, plushy toys.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And we could make him, I could make, like, little ghosties and little aliens.
Yeah.
Little witches.
I'm down with it. You can make voodoo dolls.
Maybe.
Well,
do you know voodoo dolls were made? Maybe I
For
should
healing.
save this. Yeah, maybe I should save this for the.
yeah,
for the
yeah,
next
I mean, I already said it, but
episode.
yeah, they weren't originally made.
They were made for healing people, not for hurting people.
Yep. And then dark magic got involved.
Just dark people probably got involved.
Well, still.
Nasty people.
As well as Zoe crocheting on our TikTok, you can also watch us go live when we go to some castles every now and then. We do a lot on TikTok, so be sure to follow us there. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification button so that way you can be notified when we post a new episode.
Also, though, we do post a new episode every Friday.
This is also true. We post an episode every Friday at 12 our time. That's 6 a.m. for you, mostly in the States. Anyways, we shall talk to you all later. It's been fun.
It has.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.